we were out it's an open concept in the kitchen, living room, and dining room. And he's looking at the coffee table and the countertop in the kitchen, and then like the little bar that's in the kitchen and the table, the kitchen dining table. And he's looking at all of that going, this is all yours. It's like, no, you're lying. It's not mine. Yeah, so I have become a pack rat myself. It's horrible. It's horrible. So yeah, it's time to declutter and make big shifts on that. So
That's funny.
Oh yeah, funny until I saw the reality of it. Goes, oh man, I can't believe it, because it is mine. It was not. It wasn't fun to realize that.
Yeah.
So what are the next adventures for you guys? And before you tell me about the next adventures that are coming up for you, like the holidays are coming up, and what all are you planning on doing in spring and summer, and the fun stuff that will happen when we open back up into the warm weather again. I also wanted to know, because you love adventure and you're a little bit of a risk taker. Did that grow with you, or even when you were younger? Were you into adventure and taking a little bit of a risk?
Yeah, and I think that was before my dad died. I remember just being that way, like doing adventures even by myself, or getting my kids, my friends to do adventures with me. And then I think I lost it when I buried myself, because when you've got that weight on, you're burying yourself in some ways. You're hiding. And even the layers that you put on, it is in essence you hiding from the world. And so when I did that, I wasn't near. I mean, I couldn't be adventurous as I am now, Nada, because it's just too cumbersome to get around and to do things. So I think that as I lost the weight, then that all came back to me. It was like a gift. It's like, oh, wow, the world opened up to me. And so that's why I encourage people at any weight, if you've got the extra weight on, do it today, because there are many things that I missed out on, and I grieve even sometimes today for what I robbed from my children, or what I robbed from my husband, because I couldn't do the same things with them. I couldn't go snow skiing when they went snow skiing. I'd be in the lodge reading. And so I think the importance of today and the urgency of doing things now and taking care of yourself, because you are worth it, is so important as we age, because you can have a life of joy, of adventure, of excitement, but you have to take care of your health as you get older.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. It becomes the most important things in our life, because without our health, it doesn't matter. All the money in the world, living in the nicest place, doesn't matter. If you don't have your health, you're not doing anything. And I remember hearing that as a kid. And it's like, that's the corniest thing I ever heard. And you start realizing when you get taken out from a bad cold or from any health issue, it's, all of a sudden, nothing else matters but your health. You just want to feel good so you can live and do the things you want to do. And Lorraine, I just applaud you. You are such an inspiration, not only for the joy that you exude constantly. I just adore it. You're such a great role model for me and so many other people. But to be 60 years old, and I'm knocking on that, I'm 58, but to be 60 years old and to say, I'm losing this weight. There's no excuse ever for anybody to say I'm too old, because it's right. I mean, like that could be like, why would I even bother now? I'm 60 years old. It's too much weight. I'm not even going to bother trying. I imagine you run into people that are kind of in that state of mind. I would imagine.
I have a stat that I, if I'm doing a speaking engagement, that I use. And it's for every 4 pounds overweight, you have lost 9 weeks of your life expectancy. So what I say to the audience, so if you are 40 pounds overweight, you have lost almost 2 years of your life expectancy. Wow. So what are you going to lose in that time, audience? Are you going to miss out on a granddaughter's wedding, or Or are you going to leave behind a spouse of 30 years? So this is what I realized is I adore my husband, and the thought of me dying prematurely because I made the decision that it's not worth it to lose weight, and oh, I'm too old to lose weight and all of that. I just felt like that would be so selfish of me to rob my husband or even my family, because the truth is, so this is the truth. The truth is, if you keep the weight on, you will die earlier than another person. And we often want to put that on the back burner. No, it's not. We somehow put everything under the carpet, like the day that I looked in the mirror and said, Lorraine, you're morbidly obese. It was like getting it out from under the carpet and facing it. And the truth is, if we have unhealthy habits, smoking or whatever, but especially when we're morbidly obese or even obese, we are going to rob ourselves. If the Lord should give us longer in life, we will rob ourselves because we will die prematurely. And when I read that stat, I went, oh my gosh, this it's a fact. And so I encourage the audience out there, find a group, I went to Weight Watchers myself. I had to have accountability, Nada, in order to do this. And so I encourage everyone out there, do it now while today is still today.
Yeah, exactly. Like, right, you do it. If you do it today, right now, today, no matter what time it is, when you go to bed tonight, my gosh, you already have that accomplishment, and that whole subconscious mind is in this place of what the heck am I trying to say? Accomplishment. I've done it. I've done that thing, instead of going to bed with, oh, another day that I didn't do what I said I was going to do. So please take Lorraine's advice, because it is so true. Do it today. She's living proof of this, and to have this joy and to be this full of life. And the best part is, I think, you're not having, or maybe you do go to a gym and do that kind of exercising, but you're living and exercising by zip lining and being on the water and swimming and walking and doing all of the things that you and your husband do together. That to me is the best kind of exercise, is living my life by, right. I'm not on the couch. I'm walking and visiting with people. And I would imagine you dance somewhere. I can't imagine you not dancing.
Yeah, and it's living your life with intent and moving. It's about moving your body and not getting stagnant and sitting there with the remote control. Getting up, get moving, whether it is a gym. And I don't go to the gym. I do a lot online, but then my husband, and like you said, my husband and I are very active. So yes, that's very true. You have to move. And the more you move, the more you want to move. And you know what, Nada, I have the name of my book. I remember it's called Life Boosts. And so it's 13 different authors who write about either their story or about their lives. So mine is about, I think it's chapter, what is it? It's chapter 7. But anyways, I'd love the audience to go on LorraineHoving.com and download my free chapter.
Yes. And I would love for them also, because they're going to get so much inspiration, so much insight. They're going to have that encouragement behind them to take that step to do it today, to not put it off, just do it today. So that information will be Lorraine's website, LorraineHoving.com, will be in the show notes. So you can, and I think I will have links in there. However it all works out, the technological end of it. So you'll be able to get to Lorraine's chapter, or get to her website and get to that chapter and download that chapter and read it, because it can't be anything but inspirational for sure. Lorraine, this time goes by so fast. I just can't even believe another half an hour has just whipped by. And I know that that I'm going to ask you to come back on the show again. I don't know how far down the road, but I want to hear more fun stuff that you're doing, and just be around your positive, beautiful, uplifting, encouraging energy. It feels so good to be with you.
Well, thank you, Nada. It's been so fun to be with you too.
Thank you so much. And for all of the listeners, I know that you gleaned some great gold nuggets from here. And be sure to listen to part 1 and all of Lorraine's information, how to get in contact with her, her website, all of the stuff that she has to offer will be in the show notes. So don't worry about that. The recipes, I'm going to get those recipes. I'm looking forward.
Oh, they're good. They're yummy. They're for holidays.
Yes. Perfect. So thank you again so much for being here, listeners. It's a blessing to be able to bring this to you. And thank you, Lorraine, for being such a beautiful gift to the listeners, to myself, and to the world.
Big hug, Nada. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please go to nadahogan.com for show notes and other information you can use right away. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to our show, and don't forget to rate and review right there on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your shows. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week.